Maternity leave is a universal term, but the definition and expectations are anything but that. On the surface, the United States is perceived one of the most advanced and developed countries. Little does the average person know that we are one of the 3 countries that does not mandate paid maternity leave. One would think that a country that has such strong family values would have a national policy in place that enables mothers and fathers to bond with their newborns worry-free. The U.S. has a maternity leave policy which is protected under the Family and Medical Leave Act of 1993. The policy protects a person's job for specific family and medical reasons. Childbirth is included, but the time off isn't paid for. The U.S. Department of Labor states that women may receive up to 12 work weeks of leave in a 12-month period after the birth of their child, although the time is uncompensated. For most households, in order to make ends meet, both adults need to bring in a paycheck, especially in single-parent households. Therefore, the option to take a 12-week unpaid position is not financially possible. This can have detrimental effects on the parent-child bond that occurs in the first few years of life. According to Berger, Hill, and Wafogel, the quality and quantity of time mother spends with her child in his first years of life matter for the rest of the child's well-being. The World Health Organization recommends at least 6 months of breastfeeding, which is one of the purposes of maternity leave. Duration of breastfeeding has been found to have a direct correlation with lower levels of child obesity as well as a longer life expectancy, which was reported by the organization Save the Children. The time is also a healing period for the woman, so she can have dedicated time to heal her body and not be overstimulated and stressed. Clearly, maternity leave is a vital and necessary time for both mom and baby. This is a national level crisis and needs to be reevaluated for the sake of future generations. Currently, paid leave laws are placed at the state level and it's up to the individual state on whether or not they want to make it a law. The U.S. Department of Labor reports that only California, Massachusetts, New Jersey, and Washington have paid leave laws in place. Lisa Belkin of the Huffington Post writes that states that paid their employees partial salary had more mothers who had careers and returned back to work rather than quitting after the birth of their child. The fact that only 1/10 of the states have created paid maternity leave policies proves that if we want to see a change, then it needs to be taken to the national level. In order to end the crisis, we need to educate the community about this issue and raise the question of why are we the only developed country that does not have a mandated paid leave, when it's clearly causing an uproar in our nation. We can start this by creating petitions that fight for proper maternity policies. This can be taken to the state level, and then the states will be more aware of the issue. Working Mothers is an advocate group, and they have conducted a campaign that people can sign and get more involved in the issue and state their opinions and ideas. This has raised awareness for the problem because so many people didn't know about this until you are dealing with the workplace and dealing with maternity leave. In order to solve this in a long-term manner, there needs to be an updated revision on the Family and Medical Leave Act. That includes mandate paid leave of 6 weeks out of the 12. We need to take a step back and realize that this is a much bigger picture. Family leave has been proven to lower divorce rates due to more family bonding and less work stress. According to Manu Sareen, who is the Danish Minister for Gender Equality, the Family and Medical Leave Act has been updated in 22 years, but the needs of Americans are changing. This topic needs to be reevaluated at the legislative branch and be represented by our state representatives. The 5 states that have passed their own laws can vouch for how beneficial the laws have been for their state as a whole. When this law gets passed on the federal level, there will be a number of benefits. For one, people will stop complaining about how outdated our policy is, and the people will feel heard. When this law is in effect, the world will be a happier place. Parents will get to spend precious time with their babies without being stressed about making ends meet financially. A parent should never have to choose between their child and work. Family should always come first, and our government should support that. New maternity leave laws will affect our future generation by raising children in less chaotic homes and decrease non-maternal care, which enables the countless benefits for mother-child bonding. This change will allow for a better future for not only the mothers of the workforce, but also the children who will be the outcome of the change.